All right. Sorry. All right. That was a false start, y'all. That was a false start. Okay.
Rewind.
All right. So, hey, family, and welcome back to the BrwnGrlz Collective Podcast, where we turn conversations into connection and connection into culture.
From book club discussions to interviews to street conversations, we're always creating space for conversations that help us grow individually and collectively.
If you're new here, I'm Desiree.
And I'm Jasmine.
And tonight we are diving into a conversation that feels especially relevant to the world we're living in right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this month's theme was Provide, Protect, and Evolve, Redefining the Modern Man. And we're reading A Will to Change by Bell Hooks. It explores masculinity, emotional well-being, relationships, and what happens when people are taught to suppress parts of themselves in order to fit expectations.
And when we connect to our June theme, provide, protect, and evolve, it pushes us to think deeper about what those words actually mean.
Because providing isn't always financial, protecting isn't always physical, and evolving requires us to challenge beliefs we've carried for years. We're also joined by Chef Taurey Henson, author of Everyday Flexitarian. Hi, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I can hear you just fine. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Perfect. Sounds perfect.
I'm fine. Thank you.
All right. And later tonight.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on. So we want to we're going to be highlighting her cookbook, and we're going to be trying one of her recipes that I made, y'all.
I can't wait, y'all.
I made it. And talking about it. I did. I cooked, y'all. And talking about how wellness shows up in everyday lives.
So before we get into everything, we just want to welcome you into this space. How are you doing this evening?
I'm great. Thank you so much for asking.
Oh, you good. We'll catch up.
Okay, I know that there's a little bit of a lag with the digital interviews, but I'm doing great. I've had a wonderful day, and I'm really excited to, share more information about my cookbook to everyone.
Oh, yes. And we cannot wait to try this dish. Y'all, we trying cabbage salad. And if you have heard of cabbage salad, drop it in the comments. For real, because I've never heard of it. So
I've never heard of cabbage salad either, but I can't wait to try it.
Yes. So before we go deeper into the book itself, let's warm things up BrwnGrlz style. So tonight's game, our categories are going to be inspired by both our Men's Month theme and some of the major ideas explored throughout A Will to Change. All right. So are you ready to play this little game with us?
Sure.
Figured it out. Okay. All righty. So the game goes like this. You're going to choose a category and you only have 60 seconds to answer. Okay. All righty.
Okay.
So
I got it.
Add to stage. All right. So the categories are love and vulnerability, emotional intelligence, protect and provide, softness and strength, evolve, and legacy. So choose your category.
Love and vulnerability.
Oh, okay. We getting good. We're getting emotional. All right. So Bell Hooks talks about love requiring honesty and vulnerability. Do you think vulnerability makes relationships stronger or more difficult?
I definitely believe that vulnerability makes relationships stronger, and that could be any sort of relationship, whether it be romantic, friendship, whether it's coworker relationship, employer-employee. It is something that I think helps people understand each other deeper and on a level that is, really from that person's heart or from their mind. And I would absolutely say it is going to strengthen any sort of relationship, but most especially those romantic relationships.
Yes, I definitely agree. Definitely agree. Are yours out of order?
I think so.
Okay. Well, let me right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I literally am having to produce tonight. So I forgot to put on the timer.
No worries, you're rolling with it. It's okay.
Okay. So yes.
All right. So every month we invite our community.
Right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. So to the audience, if you had to choose one category, which one would you pick? So if you're here with us during the live,
or even
later,
replay,
just let us know.
We're waiting.
See if I don't know if anybody's on Instagram. Let me check.
Yeah, I didn't even share right now, but all right. So let's move into our next segment, okay? And it's going to be
BrwnGrlz Collective.
Hey, it's Jasmine with the BrwnGrlz Collective
Here at the Columbia Black Expo, highlighting businesses, voices, and conversations happening in our community. So as you know, we have and host a monthly book club, and we wanted to ask you to help us choose our next book. The first is Atomic Habits. It's a book focused on rebuilding habits, creating better systems, and making small changes.
This aligns with the reset portion of our July theme by focusing on intentional change and personal growth.
The second option is The Alchemist. It's a reflective story about purpose, destiny, and trusting the journey towards what's meant for you.
This aligns with the Realign and What's Next by exploring purpose, self-discovery, and following the path meant for your life.
The last option is You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. It's a motivational book centered around confidence, mindset shifts, and stepping fully into your potential.
This aligns with What's Next by encouraging readers to stop doubting themselves and move boldly toward the life they want.
So which one do you think we should read and why?
I think the first one, and I'll tell you why. I think the first one is going to be an incredible catalyst to the next two. I think that oftentimes we get big ideas and we get really excited and passionate about them, and then we start to move and then it feels too big.
I've read Atomic Habits, so that's a great book. Everybody should definitely read that. However, the last book is speaking to me because confidence is a lot of, is everything. And especially when it comes to empowerment, confidence is where it's at. So I'm gonna go with the last one.
You know what? I'm gonna go with The Alchemist.
The Alchemist.
We love The Alchemist.
You are a badass. That just grabbed my attention. I'm a spontaneous person. I need something that's going to grab me in and pull me in, and that sounds right up my alley.
I believe that you are a badass because that book teaches you that you are who you think you are.
You're a badass because it helps kids out. A lot of kids got low self-esteem. That helps them out.
I think you're a badass might be the best pick because we all are badasses. We just need to unleash that inner spirit inside us to make us motivate and move forward with anything that we want to put ourselves ahead in.
3, because I am a badass.
I really love the last book because sometimes we're our own worst critics. And I think that this book it was empowering to me because it just let me know sometimes I'm too tough on myself. And sometimes we got to give ourselves grace, but we also do have to be focused.
Option 3, and why?
Because I like to think that everyone is a badass.
So which one do you think would...
I like the badass.
You like the badass?
Yes. Okay.
The Alchemist. All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
The last one is going to resonate with me the most. I'm not going to say the title because my grandma might be watching. So You Are a Bad.
I think the last one, the badass, because in effect, it restores the confidence that we all need as we go towards trying to get involved or solve any kind of problem.
Say it again.
The Alchemist.
And why?
I'll say that one because you always want to know what's next.
This has been the BrwnGrlz Collective here at the Columbia Black Expo, highlighting businesses, conversations, perspectives, and the voices shaping our community.
And if you'd like to support the work we're doing in the community through storytelling, conversations, and experiences like this, visit the link in our bio to donate and support or stay connected with the BrwnGrlz Collective.
And make sure you're following the BrwnGrlz Collective for more community, culture, and conversations. See you later.
All righty. So you heard the book choices. Which one would you choose and why?
I did. Okay, first of all, let me say all of those books I have read, and they're all incredible. So I would say if you have the opportunity, put them all on your reading list and make sure you read them. They are all study books where you'll be highlighting and writing in the margins. But my absolute favorite out of that list is The Alchemist. And I would say it's because it's going to teach you so much about life, about yourself, and about your personal potential and how to achieve that. And I think that's a book that everybody needs to read. This is not one that you'll read just once. You are going to be reading this for the rest of your life.
Right. So we read this book in our book club like 2 times. I always have to bring it back. So because that is one of my favorite books, and I had to cut out a lot of stuff so we could get it down. But I literally wasn't trying to sway people to choose it, but I was trying to sway people to choose. I really, really, really love that book.
It's a great book. And then if you have the opportunity, there is another book called The 4 Agreements that will change your...
Yeah, that's another one of my favorites.
It wasn't on the list, but I have to add it,
Yeah, of course. Have you read Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza?
I have not yet. I have read a couple of his books, and his books, you actually need to have like a dictionary. You need to take notes. You need to go back to some of his talks to really understand, because he breaks down the science behind all of these things. It's not just thoughts and feelings. It's actually science. So, if you read one of his books, be absolutely prepared to study.
Yeah, like you said, it's another one of those books that you're definitely going to have to read a couple of times. Like, you're not going to just read that book one time.
Yes, because I think that's what started me on my journey, reprogramming myself. We're all computers, so we can reprogram ourselves. And that's really what I got from that book altogether. And I was like, that's the key I needed. That's the door unlocks.
Yeah. So Louise Hayes has a book called You Can Heal Your Life. And I always recommend this one because it's one of the books that initiated my personal journey on self-discovery and improvement and really learning about unlocking your personal potential. And one of the biggest themes in her book is about self-talk. We are the only ones in our heads. So, whatever you say to yourself in your head, your body resonates and feels that every cell in your body. And it really reteaches you how to talk to yourself so that you can actually learn how to speak to others and how you relate in the world and how the world really relates to you.
And you said, who was it by?
Louise Hayes. And you can get the audiobook, but I absolutely recommend getting the hard copy and studying it.
Yes, we got some book options for you guys coming up. Okay. And of course, The Alchemist is going to be put back on the list because y'all are going to choose that book.
Every time.
All righty. So,
Hold
on. All right. So we're about to get into our book discussion. So I'm going to ask Taurey to hold for a second so we can discuss the book. And
hold on. 1 sec. Taurey.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. I've been saying Taurey forever, and then I'm like, all of a sudden, this one day, like, okay. But anyways,
You've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I just wanted everybody to know it's Taurey Henson, author of Everyday Flexitarian.
Right. Sorry. All right. So we're about to get into the book. And so we're going to ask her to, exit the building for a second, but we're going to come right back and we're going to get into her cookbook and
get into that food
and try the food. I have not ate all day.
I'll see you in a bit, okay?
All right. All righty. Okay, so now it's doing it even worse now. So we're gonna have to do it like this because we decided to do Instagram today. All righty. So let's get into the will to change. So I'm gonna ask you, Jasmine, what stood out to you most while reading this book?
I definitely don't. It was a lot different from what I thought it was gonna be, I guess. Just like the beginning of it was just, it sounded like how terrible men are. I mean, I liked it. It was very informative, although still things that I think I already knew. Like you from a child, like little boys do need to be treated a lot gentler, and not like so forced into, oh, you're a man, you need to be a man and don't cry and all that stuff. I think they're entitled to their feelings. So you don't want to, I mean, it just creates a pattern for them, I feel like, when you treat men or little boys that way. You may get different results, but
yeah, I think it's more, when I look at it from a grand scope, like in the sense of how people are. And so you can raise anyone one way, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to come out and do the things that you raised them to be. I think it's a personally choice. But it's more often than not, it's true though. That's, I mean, we do that to little boys, and yes, you do have a choice, but if they do that to boys, because you have, it's a majority. A lot of people do that. More people do that to boys than not. I think that's what's represented, because if we like, and I mean, and it's just my perspective, not only in the sense that we hear about that, but I know plenty of people that raise their, child on love and not being so hard, or like kissing. Like, I watched a video on social media, and y'all know I reference social media all the time because that's really where I be at. Shoot, I got a parking lot and a parking space and everything. But like the man was talking about how he was turned gay because he literally would kiss his son's boo-boos. And he said, I'm sorry that I was raised this way. My dad kissed my boo-boos. Like, most men would look at it like, you don't need to be kissing your son boo-boo, like you, whatever. And then I saw another video where this guy was calling and asking his friends about it, what would they do if he bought them a birthday cake? Like, and then the men was like, oh no, you just send me a text, I'm good. Like, things like that. And it's like, there are men that were raised and brought up to do certain things, and then coming out here, people will term them that based on what a man is supposed to be, what a man is supposed to represent by, like, or be represented by. Like, this is not what men are supposed to do. Men are supposed to do this.
But, I mean, that's exactly my point. Even if it's not your maternal parents or your parents that may not be teaching you that, for the most part in society, that is what they learn. It's just what they're learned or taught to be like. Of course, there are people who are treated, I'm gonna give you kisses and huggies. I do that to my nephews all the time. But does that mean that once he's out and these other boys are, in their, their environment, that's a whole nother different environment. They're being taught that from being little, whether it's from your parents or not. That's what you're being taught all your life. So it's kind of hard. And yes, again, you still will get different results, because some people will go against the grain and be like, well, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I want to do. But for the majority of men, as you know, they are like that. I mean, the men that that are they not?
What do you mean, like in the sense of
like sensitive, or being the things that
I have had a lot of conversations with men, and they share things, like they tell me things, and a lot of the conversations that I've had has reflected that they don't feel safe telling a lot of people these things. Okay. And so I see when they talk about how men don't have safe spaces. It's like, okay, well, you know, why is that? And then it goes back into the patriarchal build of what it is. And I'm like, are we perpetuating it? Or like, how does it fix? I mean, like, how do you fix it? Which takes us into our next question, right? The title is A Will to Change. What do you think Bell Hooks meant by that phrase? I'll go. Or you got it?
I mean, you can
go. Okay. Because when I think about the will to change, I think about the conscious decision of wanting to change. Like, if you see a problem, then what is the solution? So if you now know that there's a problem, then how do you, what do you go from there? Because it's like ignorance is bliss, but now that you know better, you do better. So I feel like the will to change is first wanting to change, recognizing something and wanting to change. And that's what I got from it.
I mean, essentially, yeah. I mean, and again, you have, but I don't know. I feel like it is a will to change. Yes, you have to want to change, right? So again, yeah, if you know it better, you do better. It's hard, I think, because wanting to change would have to recognize that there is a problem also. So like, if you don't feel like there's anything wrong with it, what am I changing, right? So like, if and I think this is, again, like a legit, like a men thing, because like we say, I mean, that's usually taught by their their friends, their homies. Usually who they grow up with is where they get that I'm a man, but I don't need to do like that, right? So that has to be something that in that environment, they all have to recognize that something is wrong with that and want to change that. So yeah, exactly that.
So let's see, we got time for one more question. Which one do you want to?
I don't even know what is easy. Okay.
Yeah. Which one?
Okay, so let's see. Our June theme asks what it means to provide. Has society reduced providing to financial support while overlooking emotional support?
Let's see. I feel like to a degree, but at the same time, like when we're looking at society and we look at what his history has shown, like women want provision, or like it or is depicted in some way that we want provision and a man to take care of us, and we should be fine. Because a lot, like back in other times with other people, they didn't have a choice, or divorce wasn't even anything that women could do up until about 40 years ago. Well, was it 50 years ago? You get my drift. So a lot of those times they married because they needed or wanted security. And now that we're in this age, a lot of women are able to provide for themselves, but still want someone to make more. And we look at things statistically that it's like 3 to 5% of that exists over 20% of women that are eligible or not. The numbers are, there's more women than men. And so basically, if you're able to provide for you, I mean, well, not necessarily provide for you, but like as far as emotionally support you, like, is that something that you would want? Like, if I'm making $100,000 a year, if a man is only making $30,000, but he's treating me right, then I don't see the problem. But some people are like, I'm not money. Like, if he can't do things that I'm doing or want to do and suggest this, then, you know, and I'm like, I get it. You're used to a certain lifestyle. Are you providing that lifestyle? But then also there's this saying that.
But if it's that much of a gap, you're essentially still.
Well, yeah, but see, you can. I mean, women are like, I might as well be single. But at the same time, it's
because you're basically taking care of somebody. Well, not.
I mean,
I guess it's not a problem if you don't think.
I don't know. I mean, well, see, I've also heard this, that women is the hierarchy is women can date up and across. They can never date down. Men can date up, down, and across. But if a man was to date up, then he would start to resent her. And, you know, and so that's,
true,
you know,
that's a whole nother game.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I can't really say.
Everybody would have to be very, very secure in the situation. And I think that just ends up being the problem. Yeah. So somebody ends up being insecure, even whether it's the woman or not. I mean, the man or not, because even the woman could start to resent him because he ain't making no money and she taking care of this grown man. And it was cute for a little while, but like, what we doing? But that's what I mean. Like, you have to be comfortable and secure in the situation on both sides in order for that to work. And that's a tough one.
Yeah, I know. But that's why we have a men's panel being held on June the 17th. That's a Wednesday from 6 to 8:30. If you're not doing anything, you should join in, ask questions, and let's get the community talking. Because I want to know. I'm stumped. I see it this way and that way. But let's have a conversation and see what we all have to say about it. So the last question I want to ask before we move into the food is, if someone finished this book tonight, what's one lesson you would hope they carry into their relationships and their community moving forward?
Give men a little bit more grace from the beginning.
Oh, they talked about that too.
Just, how do I want to say this? It is hard for men. Like, I know that a lot of us are like, oh, he's a man, you know, he's supposed to be able to do this and handle this and do, and they may not always be on top.
Monique Fuller said, huge problem with that. Too much of a discrepancy. I guess she was talking about with the provide and protect.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
I mean, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like as long as you want the man to still feel like the man, of course, and that's fine if you want to, but you still want him to feel safe. Just like you were saying earlier, you know, there are men that, you know, that just don't feel safe with having these conversations with some people. And I really find a problem with that, because even if I know that I am hard, I know I'm hard on men. I am. But I don't want anybody, especially anybody that I am close to or that I know, to feel like they can't or they don't feel safe talking to me. So just give them a little grace sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I know they work our nerves.
Monique Fuller says, I've been in a relationship where I made more. It breeds resentment.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I said. That is a very difficult situation to be in. I feel like on both sides, like, it's just hard. It's, again, as being a man and you're not being able to do the things that she can do for herself and she's doing for you. I feel like, and this is how I feel about, like, that, how I picture it in my head. Like a really big, strong woman just carrying this man around in her arms all the time. Like, that's what it just, and I hate that. I feel like that, but that's what I feel like. That's what it, the visual of it, that's what I see.
I can't believe you put that in my mind. But okay, so on that note, it's for tonight's author spotlight. So we're going to bring Miss Henson back on.
Okay. Let's get into this food because yes, child, I'm hungry. I didn't even go to lunch today. I fell asleep. I was exhausted today, and I took my lunch in my car and took a nap with AC on, and now I'm hungry. So let's get into it.
Yes. All right,
that was a very intense conversation. So I'm glad we're segueing into food now because food is love and comfort and happiness.
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta always have balance. It's balance.
And I need this food to make my stomach smile.
All righty. I'm about to.
Alrighty, so let's be clear, I don't cook often. And so the recipe that I found was the cabbage salad. I've never tried it, never heard of it, wanted to try it out. So I said, this is what we're going to do. So I went to the grocery store, had to try to figure out what was the right vegetable, like what was good and what's not good. But ultimately, people helped me in the store figure out what I needed to get. Y'all don't laugh at me, but so started cutting up this cabbage. The first time wasn't great, but the second cabbage, I'm used to cutting cabbage, I guess, the green kind. So that was a little bit easier. So I started trying to, get them finely chopped, rinse them out, tried to clean them. That wasn't working. So I said, let me put it in here. I was told to use baking soda. That shit turned it blue. Almost dyed my lettuce blue. I thought that was funny. But started cutting them the peppers. I know it was optional, but of course we in this house like spice. So of course we cut them peppers up. And I was trying to think of, the Food Network and how they do it. So I'm trying to chop all this stuff up. And then I thought about, okay, this probably needs to get washed too. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to cut all the stuff up that needs to be washed because I had got that garlic out because I like garlic. I like cutting garlic. And I did the scallions. I got the carrots and all the stuff and, chopped them up. And then I had chopped the carrots up another way, if you see on the side. But I was like, okay, it says shredded. So let me shred it. And so I washed all of that together. That was not a smart idea because I lost a lot of vegetables. But see, there goes my garlic. Yeah, you see how you smash that. Yeah. And so I'm making the dressing. And I didn't have regular salt, but I did have Himalayan salt. And I kind of did not measure anything. I just kind of let the spirit guides tell me what to do. And of course, frequent taste tests to kind of make sure that it tasted the way I want to. So I did add some more lemon, some more salt. And then I was like, okay, it's time to cut up the stuff that don't need to be washed. And I kind of cut these up a little bit too thick. So I had to butterfly them. Yeah, I know that term. I butterflied that red onion and I put it in the salad bowl. And then I mixed the cabbage in there. I actually cut up too much cabbage. So I'm going to probably make a soup later. And I shook that thing up like a salad shaker. And yeah, I forgot the cucumbers. So I had to add the cucumbers. But I was like, it would be a nice little garnish. I did shake it up again and put it in the refrigerator. I tasted it and we're going to talk about it.
Wow, great job. Especially for someone who hasn't done that before, never heard of it, good, them skills, girl.
You saw, see, I wanted to slow down on some of them chopping skills. But the knife was very dull.
Jeez. Yes, it was.
Yeah. And what I did not know is that cabbage turned water purple.
Like purple cabbage
does. Yeah. But see, the color is the nutrition. So the more color you have, usually the more nutrition you have in your bowl. And you can see you got a very colorful bowl there. So it's good for your body and it's great for your gut. We talked about this earlier. It's kind of scrubs your, your intestines and your digestion tract. So it's going to be,
it's going to be good for you. I'm sorry. I was going to let you go ahead and talk, but I needed to get some of this in my stomach.
What dressing did you decide to go with?
The one that was suggested because I wasn't I wanted to see how it tasted.
Oh, it's good.
It's nice and fresh.
And that's really one of the biggest themes of my book is to teach people, to show people that you can have really tasty food that's healthy for you and that's going to be quick. It's not going to take you a whole lot of time or a lot of prep. And once you have it made, it's going to last you for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, cilantro in here?
Parsley? No, maybe cilantro. Hold up.
This cilantro. This
right here.
Cilantro.
Parsley or cilantro. You can use either one. Some people don't like cilantro. Like some people have the gene that make it taste like soap. It's up to you.
Love it.
It's cilantro. Yeah. See, I don't be out there like that. But
I let her have it just so I can see what's gonna happen. Because she don't cook. Even though this is not cooking. But
it's assembling, but it falls under the cooking category.
Yes, but assembling is most of the work.
You mix some stuff together and it
is. Yes, that's most of the work. But so I have to ask, where did the idea of a cabbage salad come from? Like, are we at a lag again?
I think so. Or is she frozen? I think she's frozen.
Oh,
there she is.
Okay.
Your sound went out for a sec.
Oh, I said.
Say it again. Your sound went out.
Okay, sorry. I said, what made you think of a cabbage salad? Like, where did the idea of cabbage salad come from?
It's something that we eat at home. You know, like sometimes you go a little hard going out to eat, going to restaurants, or just not eating healthy, and you need something that's really gonna clean you out, you know, make you feel good. And the cabbage salad is what my go-to salad for that is, because it's a lot of cruciferous vegetables, the ones that are going to have a little more sulfur, like the onion, and you know, if you add garlic, that's up to you, but it's really to help clean you out, make you feel good, make you feel light again. And that's really where the idea came from. And I just had to figure out how to make it taste better versus it being medicinal, you know?
Yeah. No, you did. I like that. I wanted to stop crunching in this microphone.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Put it down. I'm gonna finish the rest later. I just needed something.
This part too, it's fresh. It tastes good, and you're doing something really good for your body. And salads are really one of my favorite meals to prepare because they're buildable meals. So you can add quinoa for extra protein and nice carb. You can add beans if you'd like, lentils. You can even add chicken or steak and make it more of a meal. So some people talk about they don't like salads, they don't eat salads. I promise you, if you have one of my salads, it will change your mind.
Well, this is perfect because I have been on like a salad kick because I'm trying to get my body right for this trip I'm going to in August. So this is definitely I'm definitely have to look more into your book. I'm definitely gonna start making this salad. Because this was really good, and that's all I've been really eating is salads. You know, I get my protein and stuff in there.
Tell her what you told me about salads. She hurt me on that. Is it still delayed? Can you hear us?
I'm about to say, just let her talk.
What you said?
Oh, I said, tell her what you told me about salads.
About salads being the buildable meals, about salads being versatile. What part did I tell you? You got to be more specific.
Oh, sorry. When you told me
we talked so much today.
Yeah. But when you had told me that it's not a meal.
So salad just with the vegetables is not necessarily categorized as a meal. That's why I say you've got to build it. You got to add the quinoa or the beans. Lentils are great protein. Add the meat if you like meat, so that you can make it more of a balanced meal, because just the vegetables as itself, it's gonna leave you hungry. It's gonna leave you feeling like you didn't have anything to eat that's sustainable. That's why salads tend to come before a meal.
Right. Yeah. That's what I've been doing with all my salads. I always make sure I put a protein in there or something so that I'm still getting everything that I need. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's get in the book, because we was definitely talking about this meal like it was our last meal. Can you tell us about Everyday Flexitarian and what inspires you to create the cookbook?
So, of course, you know, I was a vegetarian for about 20 years, and you know, my husband, he is like on and off meat eater. And so we would joke and say he's a flexitarian. I was a vegetarian. And then, you know, I got really sick and I had problems with my iron. You know, a lot of women tend to have problems, whether or not they know that they do, with iron absorption, storing iron. And what I found out was, I was like, I eat the kale, I eat the quinoa, I eat all the vegetables and the grains that are supposed to be rich in iron. And I learned that you actually have to have like a certain amount of vitamin C to activate the iron in those vegetables, in those grains, to make it bioavailable for your body. Whereas if you eat like a liver or red meat like lamb or steak, that iron and those B vitamins are immediately bioavailable to your body and can be absorbed and used. And I thought, like, well, if I didn't know this, how many other people don't know this information? And, you know, that's really where we sat down and we had a conversation. He's like, well, maybe you should become a flexitarian. It's okay to do this for your health. And I thought, like, okay, too much of anything can turn into not a good thing. And so I had to really implement being a flexitarian and flexing with steak and liver and lamb because it's for my health. And that's really where the idea was born from, really sharing with other people that you can have good nutritional food and really not have to give up flavor and textures and anything that you really enjoy with that food. It's really about being more intentional with what you put into your body. So you can look within the recipes too, that they flex with some, like my buttermilk pancake recipe. You can make that, like I make that at home, which is vegan. But if you cook it like that, you won't know it's vegan. You won't miss the eggs. You won't miss the sugar. It's so good without it. So it gives you the opportunity to test the waters with different flavors and different types of eating as well. So if you're like, you know, today I want to not have any meat, you can get this cookbook right here and you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner without meat and still feel satisfied.
I hear you, girl. I hear you.
I want to see what that's about. I got like 2 more months.
I saw them waffles and I was like, dang, and that's what I was going to make today. And I was going to do chicken and waffles, but we don't have a waffle maker. I didn't want to get one. And I'm like, how am I going to make little holes if I try to? So it just didn't happen.
Yeah, you don't have to sacrifice flavor and eating the stuff that you love. Because I dig food. I love food. And when I eat, I want to feel like I'm not missing out on anything. And I think that's the biggest thing that people realize is they don't have to feel like they're going without or giving something up. You're not.
And that takes me into my next question. Why was it important for you to create something practical and approachable?
Because it's real life. You know, these recipes are recipes that I make for my husband that we eat at home. So this is really personal for me because if I can make these, and we're so busy sometimes, we're ripping and running, but if I can make these, and I know that anybody who has a busy life, a busy schedule, additionally, a lot of the ingredients are stuff that you're going to have in your cabinet, that you're going to buy at the grocery store. It's not something that you've got to go to a special farmer's market and get it somewhere, and something that you've never heard of. This is going to be made with things that you know that you already use, you probably already buy on a regular basis to prepare meals that are going to, you know, nourish not only your body, but your mind and your spirit.
And so what are you hoping, and this is going to be the last question, but what do you hope readers are taking away from your book? And what do you want, like, for anyone listening right now, what do you want them to know?
I want them to know that there are options. You don't have to pigeonhole yourself in being a vegetarian, being a vegan, a fruitarian, a meatitarian. listen to what your body needs and eat based on what you need for yourself. It's about creating the lifestyle that you want to live and knowing that you're doing something positive for yourself. I want people to feel inspired by these recipes to live a healthier life. I want people to share these recipes with the people that they love and with their family and with their children. And more than anything, I want people to have confidence in themselves and to really bring like the guilt-free enjoyment back to food. Food is family, it's fun, it's love. It's not about restriction. It's about all the things that you can have.
I love that. And as you were talking, I was thinking about my family back in the day and how we all used to get together and eat. And we don't see that a lot anymore.
No.
Yeah, so okay, I love that.
You can bring it back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like what you making? I'm everything in here. I got side, I got a main,
right,
and I got a meat,
right. I cannot wait.
Yes. So I think one thing I appreciate is that wellness can sometimes feel overwhelming, but this reminds people that small changes can make a big difference over time. So I appreciate
consistent changes. You got to be consistent with it.
And that sounds like Atomic Habits. Like that's what I'm getting from that. All right, go ahead.
All right, so
yeah, right here. Yep.
All right, and before we close, we want to thank oh geez, I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong.
Taurey,
there we go.
Taurey. Okay. We want to thank Chef Taurey Henson for joining us tonight, for sharing her perspective, her cookbook, and spending time in the community with us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure.
All righty. So hold up. How did mine get?
Just tell everyone where we can find Everyday Flexitarian and how they can stay connected with you.
Okay, you can stay connected with me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of the platforms at I am Taurey Henson. And you can order my book, Definitely Invest in Yourself, www.taureyhenson.com.
All right. Make sure y'all check her out.
And before we go, is there any last minute book suggestions?
Ooh, I know I gave you guys a lot, and that was a lot. But I definitely want to drop one more in your ear. My husband Aaron just wrote a new book called Finding Your Path, and it adds so much value to your life.
Sorry, you were breaking up. Can you say that one more time?
I said my husband Darren just wrote a new book called Finding Your Path, and it's going to just enrich your life so much. And you can order that on his website at thedarrenhenson.com.
All righty. Well, thank you for that. We will definitely check that out. So to everyone watching, a Will to Change challenge us to think differently about masculinity, vulnerability, healing, and growth. And tonight reminded us that providing, protecting, and evolving can show up in many different ways. Sometimes through conversations, sometimes through community, and sometimes through everyday choices we make, like the food we eat. So make sure to follow BrwnGrlz Collective, subscribe, and stay connected for more community, culture, and conversations.
We'll see you at our next book club. Bye, guys.
Bye. And thank you so much for coming on today. Hope you had fun.
I did. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.